I know you, and you the door. I stop you too, you and all. You haven't making me right. Just like me standing there. Talk about haven't making me, no one making me. I must say I am on my side, but still you seem to see. I'm just a victim. You can't be an insincere, and you baby like.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Always got a lovely video today. Here with science lectures, man, we do everything. All topics. You know, we like to make people feel smart, educated, and they don't know we like to teach them. You know what I mean? So let's get it done. How y'all doing today? Man, what a lovely song, man. Let's get right into it. So everybody knows, in the most simplest sense, that weed gets you high. You know, it just does in a sense. But what I really wanted to cover today is ask yourself, have you ever asked why? What's the science behind it? And we're going to break down the chemistry of cannabis, difference between THC, CBD, how some of these things are already inside of your body, how it works in your brain, and even why edibles, for example, hit so differently. Before I begin, I wanted to make this video because I myself don't smoke, but I have several friends of mine that smoke, people that I'm close to that smokes. And I think there's just such a negative stigma in understanding it. And I think that goes way beyond the science in that sense. I think it's more so a community-based thing where our people of color, use it the most, So that's where we see some of the things. And people saying they don't like the scent and different things like that. But, I digress. We'll go ahead and go into the science of it. So pretty much the chemistry of weed, as you can see with my man right here in the bottom right corner. So cannabis has had like over 100 different compounds called cannabinoids, if you guys know. But the big players, you know what I'm saying, your Michael Jordan and LeBron James of cannabinoids are THC and CBD. So THC, or delta 9-tetrahydrocannabinol, is the main chemical that makes you feel high. And then CBD, or the cannabinoid, doesn't get you high but can help with relaxation, anxiety, or pain. So that's one of the distinctions to know. Why a lot of people mention that weed is becoming medically legal, but in that sense, it's the CBD. And in a lot of things, if you studied anything about chemistry, especially organic, they almost look identical as molecules, but it's a tiny difference in shape. But as we know, tiny difference in shape makes THC more psychoactive and CBD not. So even that small, thing makes a big difference. And then you've got things like terpenes. So those are the little molecules that gives weed its like unique smell and the flavor. So they just don't make it smell, you know what I'm saying, fruity or skunky or, those different scents. They also can change how the high feels. So let's think about the second part and how it affects your brain. So here's the wild part that a lot of people don't know if you don't study no type of chemistry or don't know too much, is that your body already has a built-in system for this that's called the endocannabinoid system. Serious, you can search it up, you can Google it, it's there. So your brain has these receptors and they're called CB1 receptors. And THC basically hijacks them. So what happens is when THC locks in, it messes with areas that control the mood, memory, coordination, and even your sense of time. So that's why if you ever seen people like smoking, they like, bro, that strain I had, it felt 5 minutes for like 30. Like, yeah, you're gonna feel like, you know what I mean? But CBD in the other way doesn't plug the same way. So it's sort of why it's more medically cleared, because if you think about it, it kind of nudges your other brain systems like serotonin, which is why you can like it can chill you out, but it doesn't necessarily make you high in that sense, if you guys know. So now the next point I wanted to speak about that a lot of people think or don't know too much is, what is smoking and then edibles, like what's the big difference? Like, why do I feel this way, or why do I feel that way, or why do my friends feel that way? So when you smoke or vape, THC goes straight into your bloodstream and hits your brain in minutes. So it's a quick onset, but it also, fades faster, right? So the perfect way I like to say this is that when we eat, right, when we think about it, when we eat, our gut health is our wealth, right? So think about it. If you've ever ate, I don't know why I'm getting blurry out here. We gotta fix these cameras out here, man. All right, we back here. So when we think about edibles, your liver processes THC into something called 11 hydroxy THC. So it's way stronger and lasts stronger, right? That's why an edible can creep up on you, and suddenly you're like, oh no, you're way higher than you plan. And, when people say these edibles ain't kicked in, obviously, because like when you're smoking, you're going straight into your bloodstream within minutes. You know what I mean? Versus your liver. Now, once your liver hit, you're going to feel it. Perfect example, if you eat something like Taco Bell or McDonald's, like the way people feel, that night feels decent. It's like within a couple hours, or if you slept it before going to sleep, you feel it in the morning. If you ate that burrito, you feel it in the morning. So, the science of weed is, essentially chemistry plus biology and tiny molecules messing with a system in your brain that was already there. So that's how you feel it. It's nothing that's out of ordinary or like crazy that like overtakes it. You have that endo system, that endocannabinoid system already in there. So next time someone nears you lights up, you'll know what's happening on a molecular level. And if you thought this breakdown was cool, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know something else you'd like to see, and definitely peace out. Signing out. Let's do it.